The hidden heroes behind all air transport follow a code of discipline handed down by the gurus of the skies, IATA. The International Air Transport Association needed help with their noble mission to represent, lead, and serve the airline industry. With growth engineering as their wingman, they created a high-flying training initiative that sent engagement levels into the stratosphere.
IATA is the International Air Transport Association, and its job is to represent, lead and serve the aviation industry. So it's a trade association, and as you can imagine, the air transport industry is kind of huge. It's responsible for many billions of dollars worth of economic growth. So our job is to make sure that we have standards in place, so that we work with governments to make sure that we are safe in the way that we travel. So that's kind of about representing, making sure that we're not making it difficult for companies to be really economically, we're making it easy for them to be economically viable. So we represent them, we lead them. So now we all have mobile tickets, we all get our boarding passes on the phone. A lot of that was through IATA initiatives, and we serve them because we also, whilst we are a trade association, we're also a commercial organisation, and we sell them products and services that help them do their business better. If you think about representing, you need to be great at advocacy, you need to be really good at negotiation skills. If you think about leading, you've got to be technology, innovation, creativity. And if you think about serving, you want to serve the customer, you've got to be great at sales. And sometimes we need people to be able to do all three of those things in one go. Sometimes we need them to be really deep specialists in just one particular area. So we've structured the strategy, the learning strategy, around kind of 6 key programs: represent the industry, lead the industry, serve the industry, and live, manage and lead the IATA way. So we're trying to make sure that everyone has the right technical skills, but they're also, living the IATA way in line with the values. I met Juliet actually sitting in a hairdresser's in Windsor, and I was talking about the new job that I was taking, and she was also talking to the hairdresser, and she said, "Oh, I'm also in the learning business," and we started to have a really great conversation. And then after I'd been in the job for a little while, we wanted someone to talk about what the future of learning looked like at a conference, and we invited Juliet, and then the relationship just grew because you guys are now producing some e-learning modules for us, and we're talking about how we can take advantage of the great systems that you have in order to make the experience far better for our learners. So I love the fact that you guys talk about superheroes, and I think you all are. So our experience is, I'm really interested in diversity and inclusion, and it seems that you have a really diverse team. That means that whatever you bring to the table is great in terms of what the customer needs. So you seem to have a great mix of people that are able to design content for us that really hits the nail on the head. So it's really rigorous in terms of its discipline, but it's also really exciting and really engaging. And it's just a pleasure all the time to work with growth engineering. Yeah, there's some things, and we were a little bit nervous because IATA has been around for 72 years. It's quite an old organisation, and we have lots of people that have been there for quite a long time. And some of this is quite in your face, and it's a little bit different. It's fair to say that our kind of younger generation learners loved it. They really engaged really well. And I was really surprised how much of our older generation also loved it and said, "Well, this is great. I never thought about learning in this way." So on the whole, it's been really, really positive. Actually a really positive impact. One of the modules that we've done was about something that seems quite dull, so how do you make decisions effectively? And I start to see people talking about it a lot more. So nobody ever says, "Oh, let's have a conversation about decision making." But actually it's now kind of in the vernacular in a way that it wasn't, and it was done in such an engaging way that people have now brought it into their vocabulary. So I think that's just an example of one module that took a very boring subject but actually made it far more engaging. So, I think people also respond well to the fact that these aren't half-hour modules that are just slides being presented, that they have to think, they engage, they like the videos, they like the little quizzes. And so I think people really appreciate the fact they're quick, short and impactful. Absolutely. I mean, they're just absolutely fabulous to work with. I think what you guys are doing is really at the forefront of learning, and I think that you're very visionary in the fact that learning is changing every single day, the way in which we learn, and I think you are really shaping the industry. So I would recommend to anybody to work with you.